Hi, here in the Spanish sunshine. I'm here to see Marc Elliott de Lama from Fluent Finance Abroad. They're mortgage brokers in the Spanish market. So do you want to come on in and see? Let's go. I'm here with Marc Elliott de Lama. Marc, thanks for the hospitality this morning.
Thank you for the invite.
So this is Robin's interviews with, but first and foremost, can you explain a little bit about Fluent Finance Abroad and the services that you provide?
Sure, I'd love to. Okay, so Fluent Finance Abroad is a whole of market Spanish mortgage, Bank of Spain regulated mortgage broker. That's all we are. We were created in 2006 and we've been helping people with buying houses and using Spanish mortgages since then.
Wow, so nearly 20 years. That's good. That's good. And why should people use an advisor, a broker such as yourself, instead of perhaps a DIY approach? You know, I'm sure people will go on Google how to get a Spanish mortgage.
Yeah, really good question. It all depends whether or not you've used a mortgage broker in the past before. If you have in your own country, then probably be a good idea. You obviously know the benefits of employing someone to look after the process of obtaining a mortgage in Spain. But the idea of the question could be turned around in a sense. Is like, who shouldn't use a Spanish mortgage broker? Well, the people that shouldn't really bother are the ones that have plenty of time on their hands. Plenty of time to do a lot of market research, plenty of time to go to different lenders. Other people that shouldn't use a mortgage broker, well, I would suggest people that are fluent in Spanish, not just bar Spanish, but business Spanish. People that can actually read small print in the contracts, in the mortgage contracts. People that can actually understand the different cultures. And actually people that understand Spanish mortgage law and the way Spanish banks operate. If you're confident in all of those areas, then you don't need a Spanish mortgage broker at all. In fact, I'd encourage you to go ahead and do it yourself. But if you are a little bit unsure about any of those things and you want expert help, because it is an important purchase, it is an important decision that you're about to go into, an investment, then I would always encourage someone to get expert, whole of market, qualified Spanish mortgage advice, always.
That's a really, really good point, and yeah, well made. So that's 0.001% shouldn't use an advisor. I like that, yeah. Okay, and what about the market generally at the moment? We're here just coming to the end of the summer in Spain, thankfully. What's the kind of general mortgage lending market and kind of property sales like at the moment? You must kind of see the activity.
Yeah, so we see a lot of activity. Activity is always pretty good as long as the property market is good. Over the last couple of years, or last 3 years, it's been changeable, so to speak. So it's been interesting. Obviously, we've had huge increases in interest rates. That's had an effect on lending. Lending in general in Spain is down by about 15% to where it was about 2.5-3 years ago. But it hasn't had an effect on Spanish property prices. In fact, Spanish property prices in general throughout Spain are still going up. But the market is interesting. It's not straight downhill, even though interest rates seem to be going down. In fact, they are going down. Sorry, the ECB cut rates back in June. But it's an interesting market. The banks are still healthy. They're still lending money. But they seem to be asking a few more questions than they have done, say, 3 or 4 years ago.
Is that kind of because of their internal procedures, risk, types of business they want to take on?
Yeah, I think we don't really know exactly what's going on within each individual lender and each individual bank. We don't know what plans they have for their future, where they are in their strategies. But there's a lot of things going on in the world. There's a lot of things going on locally. Obviously, there's a big issue with regards to housing in Spain. Now, are they under pressure from government to slow down lending a little bit because of, there's a lot of property going into the hands of foreigners? The BBVA takeover, or proposed takeover of Sabadell, how is that having an effect on Sabadell? So there's lots of things. Obviously, with the lowering of interest rates, that's obviously helpful, and we don't see anything changing too much. But it's the little differences that we need to keep an eye on and keep on top of.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. Now, obviously, there's lots of things that go into the housing market generally. There's been some announcements that the very popular investment visa for Spain, which has been utilised a great deal really since Brexit, I suppose that's when it started. So anybody that spent more than 500,000 on a property, could get the visa, so they didn't have to do the 90-day rule and all that kind of stuff. Do you see that the end of that programme, which has been announced by the government, will have any impact on the market?
It will have an impact, probably have more of an impact in the coastal areas and the high end. But in general, the golden visa was implemented in 2013, was hardly used at all. And you're quite right, it started to become popular after Brexit and the pandemic, where other countries, like from the States and Great Britain, saw the benefit of the relatively low investment threshold, which is €500,000. Those kinds of people, the top end of the market, will always find a way. If they really want to invest in Spanish property, I don't think getting rid of the golden visa is going to affect them too much. They generally have enough money to find a way to do it. It hasn't affected our business whatsoever.
Okay, great. And finally, how do we get in contact with you? What's the best way to reach out to you? Website, etc.?
Yeah, so we welcome everyone to get in touch, have a conversation with us, tell us your ideas. You can do so by obviously visiting the website, which is fluentfinanceabroad.com. You can also find some information on different topics via video on our YouTube channel, or you can email us directly or phone one of the offices. But all the information is on our website, on our LinkedIn pages or Facebook pages or Instagram. It'd be great to get, to see if we can help.
Okay, brilliant. Mark, thanks for your time today. Hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Robin. Really appreciate it.